Hello, everyone. Well, it's been quite a time since I last spoke with you. All sorts of things have happened, but one of the most um, stunning things that has happened is the um, Hurricane Milton. Hurricane Milton has stunned the world with its ferocity, and Milton. Doesn't that sound like a nerdy name, Milton? You wouldn't think Milton could do much damage, but Milton has. Milton has damaged all of Florida, and it's been a really rough time for the Floridians who have lost their homes and lost everything in their homes. They lost everything, and they were out on the freeway, and they couldn't get to where they were going fast enough, and got caught in the storm with their cars. And Milton flipped over RVs, tractor trailers, started several um, tornadoes, and it was just the worst disaster since Hurricane Katrina. Fortunately, only 16 people died. That was good that only 16 died, because Hurricane Katrina killed hundreds of people. But I guess they were better prepared this time for the hurricane, because they're used to hurricane season and they're used to the hurricanes by now, so everybody knows to get out when it's time. But I'll tell you, the scenes of destruction are enough to move a stone. Literally. Literally move a stone. And I think a national monument fell with some sort of standing stone that's been there since ancient times, and it fell during this Hurricane Milton. And the storm right before it, there was a storm right before it that was ferocious, and we don't know. We don't know what happened. So we weren't there. So it's been a couple of hurricanes in a row that have wreaked havoc on Florida and on North Carolina and other states. And so, what do we take away from this? Well, I'll change the subject for a moment. If I was voting for a candidate, I would vote for the candidate that most met my requirements, my must-haves, my must-have issues. So my must-have issues would dictate which candidate I preferred and who I would vote for. Must-have issues, I vote the issues. That's what I always do. I always vote the issues. So if I had to vote the issues, who would I vote for? Well, one big issue that I have is the possibility of a nuclear war. Possibility of nuclear war is right in the back of my mind all of the time. So that's one issue that I would vote on. And another would be voters' rights. So if I was going to vote for someone, I would want them to support voters' rights and make it easier to vote, not harder to vote. So I would want them to support voters' rights and the right to vote in general. Just the right to go to the polls and vote in general. And then after all of that, then I would vote for somebody who cared about the environment. Somebody who cared about what climate change is doing to our country. And if I had to vote for one issue, if I was a one-issue voter that only voted on one issue, it would have to be the environment, because the environment is so important. Well, let's face it. Trump said on day one he'll be a dictator because he wants to drill, drill, drill. Drill, baby, drill, he says. He wants to drill, drill, drill. What he wants is to produce more fossil fuels and waste our limited supply of fossil fuels. Admittedly, he wants to waste our supply of fossil fuels by lowering the cost. Because people use less fossil fuels when the cost goes up. They drive less places. And they produce less greenhouse gases. So he wants to drill, drill, drill. And we should be completely out of gasoline by 2035. So if we don't switch to electric cars by 2035, we're going to be without a ride, baby. Without a ride. He wants to drill, drill, drill and waste our limited supply of fossil fuels. And then the country that has the most fossil fuels will reign supreme in the world and can name their price for their fossil fuels. So in other words, the Middle East will become very rich because they have the most fossil fuels, unless somebody decides to invade their country and take it over so that they can have free fossil fuels. That is a possibility that a country could try to conquer the Middle East to get at their fossil fuels without having to pay them. They're already rich. They're already rich in the Middle East from their fossil fuels. So if a country can hold you over a barrel and name their price for your fossil fuels, that's bad. And that's what Trump wants to do. He wants to kick the can down the road to the next generation, along with the majority of Republicans. All the Republicans want to sell out our nation to foreign dictators because they want to drill, drill, drill. They want to use whatever fossil fuels we have left as fast as they possibly can. And they're stubborn about it because they're in favor of the profits of the oil companies. That's all they care about. All the Republicans care about is that the oil companies profit. That's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous point of view. It's a ridiculous claim. What they think is that people want cheap fuel. Yeah, people want cheap fuel, but they're wasting it. They're wasting our limited supply. There'll be chaos and riots in the streets and people robbing stores when we run out of fossil fuels. It's not that far away, only 11 years left of fossil fuels, and then we'll be out. So, I actually thought we would run out sooner. I thought as of the year 2000 we would be out of fossil fuels, but I was mistaken. But they found some new sources of fossil fuels, so now they're drilling in the deep ocean for the fossil fuels. And meanwhile, Trump promises to drill, drill, drill. So if I had to pick one topic that was close to my heart, it would be this climate change and who's going to slow down the use of fossil fuels. Who's going to slow down the use of fossil fuels and throw flame retardant on the fire that's burning. This fire that's burning, that's polluting our atmosphere and causing these superstorms. Superstorms, super fires, and superheat. All three have devastated our country already. And the Republicans want more of that? Or, oh, I see. All they'd have to do is just deny reality. Yeah, deny science, deny reality. Have you noticed the trend in that? The Catholic Church for centuries denied science and denied reality, put scientists to death, and blamed them for natural disasters. They blamed the people who sounded the alarm. And so now scientists are sounding the alarm, and those same Christians that happen to be Republicans are denying the science and denying reality. They say, oh yeah, there's been hurricanes before, and it's just an act of God, and God wills it, and all these people are being punished by God because they were bad, and now the climate change is a falsehood. It's just fake news, and don't listen to the scientists because they don't know what they're talking about. And oh, they said it would cool before, and it didn't cool. It got hotter. And they go on and on and on and on and on. It's the same tired old arguments over and over and over, and the same tired old excuses. I'm sick of it. I'm really sick of it. And if I had to vote for one issue, it would be the environment, because the environment determines whether people lose their homes or not, whether people live or die or not, whether people lose their pets or not. All of it. All of it is tied up to climate change and drill, drill, drill. Whoever says drill, drill, drill wants your home to collapse. Whoever says drill, drill, drill wants you to be flooded out of your house. Whoever says drill, drill, drill wants your house on fire. Whoever says drill, drill, drill wants you to die in the baking heat. Not nice of me to say, but certainly it's the cold, hard truth. And so farewell, Trump. Farewell to Trump. I gave you a chance, and you blew it. You blew your big chance to do what's right, to do what's right for the environment and for our earth. You did the wrong thing. And I know that Biden didn't do much for the environment, but he did something. He did at least something. He tried. Biden tried to do something for our environment. And I know that Trump won't try. Trump won't try. Trump will do the opposite. He'll try to wreck our environment because he thinks that he'll get kudos from the Republicans that hate the environment and hate our earth. They hate earth. They want to be free of the earth. They want to go somewhere else. I guess they want to go to heaven. But why would they be welcome in heaven when they wreck the only home they've ever known? You wreck a home that was given to you, that was the only home you've ever known, and you wrecked it. Why should you be welcome in heaven? Why would you be welcome in heaven if you wrecked your earthly home? So the environmentalists and the scientists get 1 point up on the Republicans that have denied climate change for decades now. And it's just a crying shame. They had a chance at greatness, and they blew it. They showed that they were just losers. And so I'm going to vote one issue this election season. One issue this November, and that is the environment. The environment. Because people are losing their homes, they're losing their livelihoods, they're losing everything they ever owned, and they're losing their lives. And I can't tolerate it. I can't tolerate it. I can't deal with it. It's just too much. It's just too much. And what did I say before? The nuclear crisis. Trump wanted to push the button while he was in office, and a 4-star general had to stop him. He said he wanted to bomb Russia and bomb China. So I don't trust him on the nuclear side, nuclear annihilation. He doesn't get my vote. Then concerned about voter rights and the right to vote in general. Trump said that he would take away the voting. He said, my beautiful Christians, you won't have to vote ever again anymore. So voting is an issue down. Then the environment. If I was a one issue voter on the environment, he said he wanted to be a dictator on day one so he could drill, and build a wall. I don't care about the wall, but I care about the drilling. And it's just not right. What he's done isn't right. And people who still support him, which seems about like half the country supports him, according to the polls. Half the country supports him. Well, people can be fools. And they're being fools to vote for somebody who lies so much. And not all of the things he says that are so-called lies really are lies. But despite that fact, he does lie a lot. And what he wants to do to the environment just isn't acceptable. It's not acceptable. So it's unacceptable. So we're going to have to vote for his opponent. Whatever opponent. I'm not telling you who to vote for, okay? You can vote for Trump if you want, but I'm just saying that we're going to, if you care about what's happened to the people during Hurricane Milton and the hurricane before that one. I think it was Hurricane Helene. Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton, if you care about the victims of these hurricanes, then you will vote for Kamala Harris, because she's the only one who will at least try to do something for the environment. I'm Sarah Jane Alpha Wolf signing off. You guys have a terrific week, and don't forget to vote in November.